Hello, this is Texas Style Cuisine. I'm Chef Johnny, and today I'm going to show you our new chuck box that we're going to be using to go camping. Okay, here's our chuck box. Now, these are not yet secured on there. I'm going to have to get a bungee to hold those in place. The gentleman I got the plans for, Patrick, he's over at AT7 Saluki, and I'll put a link in here for you to go to his website. And he will show you exactly how he made it, or how he made it. Patrick is a scout leader, and they have numerous of these boxes made. And they've been proven through time. They've made changes to them that were needed to make them operate better. Well, anyways, he sent me his plans with his upgrades. If you contact him, he'll do the same for you. Really nice gentleman. Was wonderful in sending me everything I needed, offered all the help that I could get. Anyways, this one was done a little bit different. My table saw was loaned out to some friends, and my chop saw, the switch was out on. So anyways, I didn't make the box. Gentleman that did some work in the house for us, did some trim work, I hired him to build the box for me. And so he built the box. I gave him the plans, told him how I wanted it, and he did his own interpretation. So it's a little bit different than the guys over at AT7 Saluki. But I think it's going to work good. Again, it's a little bit different. But on the side, and I'll turn this so y'all can see, we call this a dolly box because it is on wheels. And on the side, he made an area to store your sticks. And these are to hold your shelves up when you open this up. Y'all will see it in a minute. I'm just going to have to get a bungee to go across those to secure those in place. Anyways, I'm going to go back straight with it so y'all can see from the front. All right, here's the box. Now, when we open this up, it's going to give you a work area of about 7 feet almost. But he rabbited these out. This is not the way that they were done on the original plans. Again, this was his interpretation. But the front is going to make a shelf on this side. These bowls are good about tipping out if I'm not careful, so I'm going to go ahead and take those out. Set them on the floor for right now. The back works the same way. Rabbited out. Now, they slide and hook onto the bases. Now, this is one area that was done different. I don't think this is any better. May not be as good as the original. But one thing that he did not do was, he didn't put this piece on right here. And y'all can see it a little bit. I had to add that. So if you pushed on the outer corners of this, it would tip up and the shelf would come off. So I put this on there to hold it in place. That's all I did there. Made it a little bit different. This side works the same way. Just put it on. Slide it up into place. And it can be a little bit ornery, but we have it right there. And our brace is on the table. Table is now secure. Straighten this back up so y'all can see the angle a little bit better. Anyways, that's our work surface. Now, my stove, and we're still working on this. We just got this loaded up. It's my old Coleman Stove. It's a 1973 model, October of 73. Still looks pretty good. Still very, very usable. Nothing wrong with it at all. But it'll set up right here on the side. Now, for y'all that are familiar with Coleman stoves, you know to turn on this burner, there's a valve on this side. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do there. Anyways, this was originally made for a propane burning Coleman stoves, where you have a hose that goes back and works that way. This one, I'm using my old pump up Coleman fuel stove. I can reach this and turn it. I'm worried about the heat factor right here. We may get a couple of blocks and raise it up just so you can grab that knob and adjust your stove a little bit easier. but still works very, very good. Comes up. Stove's in place. So we have our kitchen starting to go together right now. Other things we have are, as I made 4 drawers in this one. He did not make the drawers for me. I just took some scrap wood, put them together. I'll give you a little bit of close-ups on these in a second. But in this first drawer, I got my plates. There's a couple of koozies. And I have a hanger for some dish towels that are above it. And when I pull this out, that will hang there. And I can hang a dish towel there. Anyways, it's 22.5 inches deep. And this is my silverware drawer. Y'all can see. And I'll go around back with the video in a second. But in the back of this drawer, if we pull it the other way, I have a container that has Coleman lantern parts in it. So if I have to work on that. But anyway, silverware, nice fork spoons, my measuring spoons, items like that are in there. This drawer opens up. This is my spice drawer. And we'll give you a close-up on this also. But I just carry salt, pepper, garlic, some red chili flakes, chili powder. Basic things we need. If I heat the season, Lowry's seasoning salt. I like Lowry's. I had some of these little tins, no longer what was called in them. This one actually has my red chili flakes in it. But it works good. They're very compact. They work great in there. Have a lighter stored in there for the stove. Cumin, in case we're going to make a pot of chili. And in the back end of it, I'll go around and show you in a second. I have a container with some S-binders, carabiners, and items like that. Some paracord in it. Small drawer. My tongs for barbecuing, and I tell you what, these I'm excited about. If y'all look at these Weenie Roasters, nobody gets too excited about them. Here's a new version of them, what they look like today. But the old ones, if you can see, are still pretty. They had a pretty good point on them. They don't make them with those points anymore. These actually were my grandfather's. He was born in 1899. Was a Boy Scout leader, had the first Boy Scout ever in the town we lived in back in the late 30s, early 40s. And I have 4 of these that were his. We still use them. My kids grew up using them. I used them growing up. And they're still in pretty good shape. But I store those in here. So those fit. As far as my utensils, you'll see a lot of wood. I work with cast iron. I have enamel. Do have a little bit of stainless that we'll bring out sometimes. But I don't want to scratch up my cast iron or my enamelware, so I do that. Got a potato peeler in there. Rubber spatula, high heat. Get the high heat one, always good. But everything you need for cooking. So that's all my cooking utensils in there. This side, where I have my hanger for my towels. If we open it up, there's a apron, dish towel, which I can hang. As you can tell, oh, drop that. Anyways, can hang that on there. Oh gosh, you can't leave barbecuing at home. Got my pit maker barbecue vault, or pit maker barbecue pits. Got that apron with me. It's cast iron pots and my big spatula for flipping burgers or something if we're cooking on the grill. And I store my stackable glasses in there. So we have glasses. They go in that. Nothing too hard, nothing too tough to get to. Stainless steel bowls. Use that for mixing up whatever. Stainless steel coffee pot. Had Dad's old coffee pot. It's an old aluminum one, and Dad had it for years and used it I don't know how long. I used it as a kid. I used it with my children. I finally retired it the other day, and I bought a new one with the Bass Pro Shops. Picked up a new stainless steel coffee pot. And, of course, my knives. So in here, I have my knives. And I just keep them in place with a little bungee cord. But those will pull out. I can sit them on here. Get to my knives. I'll put a link in there for Cutco. Josh Mueller, great guy, sells me all of my Cutco equipment. And I have a set of Cutco knives that go in here. But anyways, that's it from the front. And we're going to see if we can get some close-up shots and show you what's around back. Zoom in a little bit, get us a close-up on. Oh, okay. One thing I forgot was 2 cutting boards. I use these flexible cutting boards, but they'll set up on this side or whichever side you want to have something to cut off of. So it's always good to have some cutting boards with you. Now we can go back around and look on the back side. Now here on the back side, I can pull out our tub and our wash tubs. One, I have a griddle, Teflon top griddle, small pot, some other enamel pots I keep stored in it, and some more plates. These are, again, very old plates, 3 compartment plates. These were my grandfather's, I guess, Boy Scout camping plates of his. Never saw him used. Grandpa went blind in the early 60s, right about the time I was born. So I didn't ever get to go camping with him, anything like that. Did have a chance to do a little bit of fishing with him down on a little lake here close by when I was real young. But anyways, two of those. Got all my pots in here. Turn that. And it stores neatly right there. Fits right back up underneath. And from the back side, pull out the drawers. Again, bags for the porta toilet. All of my Coleman lantern stove parts that I have on hand. Some tools to work on those with. Back side of the utensil drawer. There is our paracord, carabiners. Oh, we got these for holding tablecloth on the table. Those little clips. And the lighter. Backside where the stove was. Paper towels. So there we go. Everything's there. Works really good. I think it's going to set up. It's going to be easy to move around. Fold this back up. And we'll see if it all go back in there. Coleman Stove, model 413. If you were to get a 425, it's a little smaller. You could reach that side adjustment a little easier. And I have one of those. About the same year model as this one. But don't know if I will do that, but it is an option. So, tubs are back inside from the back. There it goes. Coffee pot, that'll go up front. Knives back up. Drop the bungee cord on those. Pull one back over. Go across the knives. Hold those in place. Goes right there. I put a bungee on these pans to hold them in place. There. Aprons and towels. Back in the middle drawer. That one done. This will go back into the silverware drawer. Along with our plates. And our koozies, they can fit in there also. Kind of keeps the plates from rattling around. Coffee pots back in the bottom. Cutting boards. Back over here behind the knives. Just have to make sure you get them back behind that rabbited area. And the bowls will go back behind the Here we go. Bowls are inside. Put the front back on. Loosens up once it goes lower down. It's a little tight up the top, but it works pretty good. Grab my support stick. Goes up on top. Slide this one back and out. It goes in the back. Things you have to slide forward. It's down. And our support sticks back on the side. Again, bungee cord has to be installed to hold those in place so they don't fall off. But that's it. Our new dolly box, camp box, chuck box, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it's going to work good. Tips back very easily. Rolls around. Easy to get around. Younger kids, if you put two of them on it, can use it just fine. Again, if you go to AT7 Saluki, I'm going to put a link to his website. Patrick's there. You can get plans from him to make it the way he does. This was a variation. Gentleman that I got to do it for me, he decided to do it his own way, and that's the way he did it. But anyways, this is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Come back and see us again sometime. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe our channel. We really appreciate that. And we'll see you down the road, maybe out camping on Texas Style Cuisine.
Sitting by the wagon when the sun come up this morning, bacon, eggs, and coffee, biscuits, and beans. Cookie strikes the bell and he rings the world a warning. How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.